Hello guys, my name is Pershing, and today we will be going over another episode for how to make a mod. This series will cover how to set up your missions, all sorts of stuff I went over in the last video. In today's episode, we will go over F9 mode and co-op, how to make your missions co-op enable. It's really not that hard. It has to do with F9 mode also, but I'll go through everything F9 mode has to offer. So let's get started. So you want to go to, make sure you're loaded in F3, and then you want to press F9. So do not worry about these. Skip over this. Now you want to go to player. This says when the mission starts, what player it will start as. So you want to choose player 0. And that's a have to. Well, that's the recommended way. And I'll recommend that it's probably the most efficient way. Now you want to go to diplomacy. Diplomacy says relationships between players. So you want to use player 3 on neutral. This will be used for the hint and this is for talking. Like player 3 is for the text that comes up, and we'll do that another time. Player 2, you want to be ally, and leave this as enemy. And player 1, you want to leave as enemy. And when you place down the troops, you want to press 2 on your numpad. So when you place them down, they are player 2. So now we're done with that. Now you want to go to aliases. Okay, so now you want to name whatever, because this is really good for the editor because it's really easy to know just visually what you're dealing with. So we're going to put the enemy is the Japs, and then player 2 would be we can just do a quick name, USA. And then this we don't need to put anything for it. Press enter or OK. Okay, we're done with that. Now, and yes, that is essential to, oh sorry, diplomacy is essential to how to get your missions co-op. So, now for fog, leave it as this. Tasks, mission tasks. So this we'll do these one at a time when they come, but task is mission task. Basically, you add here, and this is for objectives. You know, the objectives that pop up during missions. This is for that. Reinforcements, same thing. This is for reinforcements that you see pop up during the mission. Events are used for, like, it's like a trigger, except it's more organized. So you can have a triggered event, but here's the thing with here's why it's different than a trigger. You can reset an event, and also you can have it so the event can happen again. Unlike triggers, which you can have happen again. You can make a call on yourself, which we will go on another time. But events are much simpler and much easier. Events are used for, like, let's say I added something like, oh yeah, so there's a timer at the end, and I put a delay after the timer. Then after the timer, I can add an event, and then I'll add an event here. It doesn't matter what you name it, and then I'll choose the event here, and then say choose this event, and then you put on the condition of another script, you put that event as the condition, so it triggers the commands to fire. You'll see when we get to that. Variables, I do not know exactly what this is. It doesn't have to worry. Functions, I do not know either. Mission options, I have not explored either. I mean, yeah, I've never, these three, I have no idea how to use them, but I know how to use events, reinforcements, and tasks. Text, this is basically the text browser that you'll see for everything, so you can make pre-made text ahead of time, but this is where you'll have everything. This doesn't really, we don't need this in F9 because it shows up in over here on the right side. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's see, entity manager, that's just, we don't need that right now. Okay, so let's get our mission in co-op. So now, let's get some Japs. Actually, no. USA. See, it says, oh, wait, well, we need two, player two. See, USA, so it's really easy to identify. It doesn't matter what you have over here, not at all. Um, but what AutoSign does is it will group the units. That's one thing it will do. So if you have them on move, free move like this, it will group them, and it may, like if you're advancing, you don't want it auto-assigning while the units are advancing, because then it will group them and then it'll mess up the waypoints. Okay, so yes, so you want to add tag. I'm just gonna put player underscore start because that's what I always use. Doesn't matter what you put. Um, Now you want to go to triggers, add a trigger, and it doesn't matter what we name it, but auto assign. Okay, so just commands here. You can put, you see event. Actually, oh no, never mind. Forget that. We don't want event. Um, where is it? Looking for auto assign. Should be, nope. Other. That's it. Auto assign. Okay, so let's select the tag. Player underscore start. Forget about these. We don't need near or drop. This is just for, I mean, these could be useful depending on what you're scripting. So we don't have any conditions or anything else. So I'll show you what that means. Let's give it a delay so you can see that it works. I'll give a 4-second delay. And if you press Alt and then up, it goes up like that. Let's save and let's just start. You'll see what I'm talking about. So 4 seconds, remember. So it's going to start at player 0. As you see, these are now all allies on the map. 4 seconds. Now it's the players. Here's the thing. Now, if there's more than one people, it will auto-assign it. Like, it will split this one and this one to each player. Or how many players there are, it depends. You want to keep in mind how many players you want the mission for, but you can't really control that. So when you're doing things for co-op, just keep that in mind. So that's basically it. I will go over how, actually, yeah, next episode we will go over how to set up your starting mission with the fade in, fade out. Basically how to make your what you need to start off your mission and get it going. So today's episode we covered F9 and we covered how to make your mission co-op. And that's basically it. Um, with cannons, I believe you do not have to do cannons. You just place the cannons down in uh, player 2, and it should do. And you should be able to get on the cannon because it is a cannon, and it will switch players automatically. But yeah, that's basically it. There's nothing. You may think that there's something else to it, but there isn't. All you have to do, places in player 2, follow the diplomacy I did, and the game will take care of the rest. All you have to do is put the command of auto assign, and it will show up like there will be a little thing down here, right where we're dragging, that says like reinforcements, whatever, how many units you get. That basically confirms when you're testing it that it worked. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of how to make a mod. I will see you next time, and we will go over the starting scripts for missions. And remember, we're doing single player right now. Multiplayer will be next, and then comes the files, which is always fun. Okay, that's it for today, guys. This is Pershing signing off.